Hey guys, this is William Newsom with the Christendom Curriculum. Just want to talk for a brief minute here today about homeschooling in the age of Trump. Now, we're almost 4 years into Donald Trump's presidency, and it's worth asking whether there are any implications for homeschoolers, for traditionalists, for conservatives, for people of faith, for dissident right-wingers of all stripes. Are there trends that point us into an answer of this question? Are things better? Are they worse? What does it mean to be a homeschooler in the age of Trump? Is it different from the previous age? And I think there are some differences. And I think they're good on the whole. There's things we can look to and say, you know, this is not what we had any reason to expect a few years ago. 5 years ago, let's say, before Trump declared his candidacy, where were we and what was going on? A lot of people had lost hope. A lot of people were at a point of saying, you know, there's no stopping this juggernaut. There's no stopping this train that's barreling down the track right at us. It's just over. Trump is not the reason that we feel differently about that now. He's not the only reason, certainly. But I would maintain that he is a part of it. We want to learn how to look at historical events in light of Christendom, Christ's rule over the nations, and in light of biblical principles, Christian principles in general, as a part of the grand sweep of history. Robert E. Lee said that it is history that teaches us to hope. We can lose hope in the miasma, the morass of our day-to-day lives when we look at the small picture, the snapshot of our lives or of the world. But when we step back and look at history itself, and we look at the trends, we look at the progress, we look at the movement and all the things that have happened since the beginning of time, that's where, according to Robert E. Lee, we can find hope. And I think he's right. But it's not just looking how things were 500 years ago and comparing them to today. We can even compare them to 5 years ago and look at how things are different today. And when you do that, you will see that things are different. We can see that there have been definite setbacks for our enemies, strategic setbacks. They've lost in ways they never thought they would ever lose. How did that happen? What came about that took a lot of us out of a place of despair and gave us hope for the future? Trump is one part of it, but there's a bigger trend that he's just a part of, an important part, and especially for those of us who live here in America, he's a very important part. What I would like to suggest is that we see in Trump the hand of God striking back at our enemies. It's not because Trump is a mighty man of faith. I think he's a man of some faith, perhaps an immature faith, and I think he doesn't understand maybe all of what he's doing or why or how he's being used in this. But he is being used by God to bring about his purposes. Just as God used imperfect men in the scriptures, whether we're talking about David, who committed some egregious sins but was a man after God's own heart, or Samson, who even had his problems with women, but he was a mighty judge who God raised up to smite his enemies, or Nebuchadnezzar, who was a foreign wicked tyrant and conqueror, but he came to faith. And so he was used by God to protect the people of God for a time. I think Trump is a man like that, and I'm grateful for him. And we have just released a new battle paper for the Christendom Curriculum that is, it's called Homeschooling in the Age of Trump. And we decided to make this one freely available even to those who are not members. So our members already have it, but if you'll go to either our Facebook page, I've already posted it there. It's on our blog, christendomcurriculum.com/blog. And it's in our Facebook group, which is called the Homeschool Rebel Alliance. If you haven't joined that, you should. But you can get it and read it for free. See what you think. We have some folks who join the Christendom Curriculum. They say, I'm not even a homeschool mom or dad. I just love what you're doing. I want to support you, and I love browsing the battle papers. So, yeah, take a look at it. Go to our page. Find out, why Trump is so significant and strategic for homeschoolers, for the dissident right in general, for traditionalists, Christians, conservatives, and so on. So that's it. Check it out. Let us know what you think. And if you haven't joined the Christendom Curriculum yet, this is a good time to do it. There is a place for your family in the great battle of our age. Thanks.